Shocking new footage of Britney Spears has been released by the Daily Mail, but is it exactly as it seems? Also, huge major news that could finally reveal the truth about what happened with Britney Spears. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. We've been teasing a big thing. Give me a few more minutes as I get through the story. I want to build it up because this story that's dropping today is very relevant. There's a couple stories today, including some more stuff that Kevin Federline has said. And some heartbreaking updates coming in that I want to break this down and then show you what we're doing to try to combat it. So please stay tuned to the end of this video for the information about what's coming next week. But as of now, yeah, this is a shocking update. And at first when I looked, it was troubling. I honestly can't play all the footage because Daily Mail kind of sucks to use any photos and stuff, and they can clamp down, I've heard. So I'm being extra careful. I'm going to show you some stills from the video. But yeah, she does swerve at times. And when I saw this footage, it wasn't very good. Apparently erratically driving while leaving a restaurant, as the Daily Mail is reporting. To get more detail, she nearly ran over a friend while pulling out of the car, forcing a mystery woman to jump out of the way as the singer sped off. Spears drives some 5 miles down a highway in her Thousand Oaks mansion, quickly turned perilous. Video shows Spears appearing to drive dangerously, U-turning and accelerating sharply with her tires screeching. At points, she also tailgated other vehicles, swerved off the road, and most concerning, crossed over in the wrong lane, putting herself in danger of oncoming traffic multiple times. At a spotlight, she appeared agitated, gesturing wildly. Once home witnesses described how she spent around 20 minutes struggling to get through her gate. Look, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. And some of you are going to read this and go, oh, poor Britney, poor Britney. But I'm used to this kind of coverage of Britney. And so as I really did go look deeper, there's more footage that's out there. I'll play you a quick clip. She's being stalked and chased. Yet again, it never ends. As these paparazzi are on her tail, screeching around corners, probably to get away from this complete stranger trying to follow her to her home. On top of that, you got Kevin Federline who's out there cashing in, basically telling her that, trying to get her kids against her, which seems to sadly be working, spoiler alert. But here's Kevin finally getting told to his face a bit.
Really? This is what she's written on Instagram recently. The constant gaslighting from my ex-husband is extremely hurtful and exhausting. Trust me, those white lies in that book, they're going straight to the bank. I'm the only one who genuinely gets hurt here. I'm actually a pretty intelligent woman who's been trying to live a sacred and private life for the past 5 years. Sounds like from that she is very much trying to get herself together and keep herself together. And this book and what you're saying is doing nothing other than damaging her further.
Well, we can agree to disagree on that, right? Because there's plenty of things going on without me actually prying into her private life that's been going on since the conservatorship ended.
Which you have not been privy to at all, mind you. And to add the cherry to the sundae of just how heartbreaking this whole thing is, why I feel for Britney and why I refuse to believe any Daily Mail or TMZ story about her. Look at this. Kids haven't spoken to her since the book has been dropped. The family feud's gone nuclear. Insiders tell Straight Shutter that the pop legend's sons, Sean and Jaden, have cut off all contact since Kevin Federline's bombshell memoir hit shelves. Jaden and Preston haven't spoken to Britney since the book came out. They've made their choice, and it's not her. You Thought You Knew accuses Britney of using substances while breastfeeding, terrifying behavior. She claims she's called cruel and false, but the fallout is devastating. The boys believe Kevin's version. They think Britney's lost touch with reality. Friends say the singer has tried to reach out, but her calls go unanswered. She's heartbroken. This is her worst nightmare. Her boys are gone, and she doesn't know how to get them back. I want to really think about that for a minute. Really think about that for a minute. What actually happened to Britney Spears? Kevin Federline doesn't know. He wasn't even really there through the bulk of it, especially as the medics arrived at the house. What if we could actually find out what happened from someone who was there? In 2007, the world watched a superstar unravel. The media turned it into a sport.
Staying up all night?
Pop icon Britney Spears was hunted, chased by mobs of paparazzi, mocked by late-night hosts, dissected by tabloids that treated her pain like entertainment. Every meltdown was a headline. Every tear was a photo op. The head shaving, the hospital visits, the custody battles with K-Fed. The chaos that ended with her family seizing control through a conservatorship. Looking back now, it was terrifying. A cultural feeding frenzy that pushed a young mother to the edge.
Leave Britney alone!
And made millions off her suffering. And right there, at the height of it all, stood one man, Sam Lutfi. To some, he was the manipulative Svengali who fueled the fire. To others, the only one who actually tried to help. Lutfi always insisted he blamed the family, that they were the ones controlling, not protecting, and that all he ever wanted was Britney's freedom, something that years later seemed to prove true.
If she doesn't follow orders, they'll take her kids away. When does somebody kind of wake up and question this?
For years, his voice was silenced. His name was dragged through the headlines.
What kind of person is this Sam Lutfi?
Low-life loser, wannabe, desperate.
But tonight, Sam Lutfi finally speaks. What are his thoughts on KFED?
No one is really kind of defending her, and also no one was there. I was there. He wasn't there.
What really happened behind the cameras?
There were a lot of legal cases you were involved in, even with Lynn. Are you able to speak about them now?
What do you want to know? There's like this internal genius about her, and then there's this sweet, innocent human being who deserves way better than she's getting right now.
You do not want to miss this explosive and emotional interview. Only on Popcorn to Planet. Come on, I cut a pretty good promo, don't I? Guys, I'm telling you though, you're not going to miss next week's interview. It's a 3-part series, and I'm so grateful to Sam for finally coming forward and speaking in a long-form interview, which he's never done before. We talked about so much that, yes, I'm spreading it out over 3 parts. And when it's all said and done, we're going to put an even longer, uncensored version for you guys on the website that'll be available for members. So if you haven't yet subscribed over at PopcornPlanet.com, now's a good time. Click sign up, check it out. You'll also be supporting our other projects like this. We're working on the documentary, obviously, for Blake and Ryan, but I'd love to be able to do a lot more long-form interviews like this, shot in this awesome style. It looks great, sounds great, and to have such an important and strong subject matter. Look, I know a lot of people actually in the Britney community don't like Sam. They don't trust Sam. And I had reservations too, to be honest. But to be able to talk to him, really, which I've been doing for a while off the record, to see him finally want to come forward because of this KFED book and the damage that it's clearly doing, I was impressed. I got to say. And I did push on some things out there that I've heard about Sam. And to be honest, it turns out a lot of what you see out there is not what it seems. He doesn't seem to want to make this about himself, which I expected him to want to do. It wasn't. He paid to come out here. I didn't pay him. I was grateful that he came out and was willing to do it here in Tampa. He clearly was moved. And I think still hurts by what's happened to Britney. And I think he just sees her being slammed right now and the worst fear of her is happening. And he just wants to come forward and try to help by revealing some of the actual details that really haven't been said before. So like I said, make sure you don't miss this. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for all alerts. Smash that thumbs up as well. Leave your comments down below. Are you excited? What do you think about this? We got a lot more coming your way. Next week, this will premiere, so stay tuned. Please share the word, support the video, and stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.